Okay, hey fleet commanders. Today we're gonna set up a Mumble for you real quick. I'm gonna go over some etiquettes and whatnot, what to do, what to use, that sort of thing, and how to set it up and walk you through it. First off, let's go over some command etiquette. You're gonna be setting up two more keys, so you should have three in total. You're going to set up your push to talk, which is your regular key that you use to push to talk. You're going to set up your local command key that talks in only in your command channel. And then you're going to set up your global command key that talks to all the command channels without talking to the fleet. Um, they're very important to set up and make sure that you have them set up before you start taking fleets out. If you've already started taking fleets out and you haven't set up, certain keys like global command, that's something you definitely need to set up. So I'm going to walk you through it now. First off, I'm going to bring up a image of my mouse so you can see what I'm going to be doing. So, I have quite a few keys on the side of my mouse. This is my mouse. I'm going to set my push to talk as number 6, my my local command key as number 5, and I'm going to set my global key as 4 or 1. I haven't quite decided yet. I got a new mouse, so time to set them up. Um, so that's how we're going to set up. So as we're setting up, we're also going to go over more etiquette later, just as we come to it. So let's get started. Minimize that. First thing you're going to do is open up Mumble. Okay, you can go ahead and cancel this window. You don't need it for right now. Go to configure settings, or you can hit this cool little button over here. Mine might look a little different, but it's still same setup and everything, so just follow along. To set up push to talks or whisper keys, as they're called, or shout keys, you're going to go to shortcuts. So the first thing to do is let's add a push to talk. I removed all of mine because, again, I got a new mouse. Let's set it up. Why not? So hit add new or add. You're going to get this little line that does absolutely nothing until you set up everything. So the function for our push to talk is, of course, going to be push to talk. Imagine that. Now, you need to set up a shortcut for it, okay? So, you press the shortcut, and we're going to click into it, and then it's going to say press shortcut. Again, I'm going to set mine as number 6. And wow, push talk setup. That was difficult. So, next we're going to add our local command key. Now this command key is going to only talk to your command channel. So your backups, if you have scouts in there or other people in there or people just ask questions to that are in your command channel, which I will show you here in a bit. That's the key you use. It's the one that you might hear people mess up while you're on a fleet and they say local. They really meant to talk to their command channel. So, they're bad. Yell at them. Just joking, don't yell at them. So let's set that one up. Hit the add button again. Again, you're getting the unassigned. This time we're going to go hit the drop down. And we're going to go down to whisper/shout. Okay? So again, hit the add button. Hit the unassigned. Hit the drop down. Whisper/shout. Okay, this takes a little bit more setup than the other one. First off, let's set the local key up, which mine I said was going to be number 5. Okay. Then we need to set up the data field here. So we need to tell it who to whisper to or who to shout to. So click on that and then hit the little ... symbol right here. And it's going to bring up this cool little window. Now this window is going to give you a representation of Mumble and how Mumble is set up. Okay, so we don't want to whisper to any specific user, so let's switch this to shout to channel. Okay. So our local key is going to be set up as current. So this is only going to talk to our current channel or sub channel, whichever we're in. It's only going to talk to those people because they're special. That's all you need to set up. You just need to click on current. Don't hit any of these buttons. You don't need it. And it's going to mess things up if you do. So just click on current and then hit OK. Local key is set up. And And yeah, that was difficult, right? I know, hard. The wiki page gets a little confusing, so I just wanted to go over it myself with you guys. So let's set up our global command key. The global key as a skirmish commander, you don't use it unless you really, if someone's talking to you. As you get more experienced and people start using it and you use it back, you'll understand it a little bit better. Right now it's going to be kind of overwhelming for you, so it's really something you don't use unless someone talks directly to you, which I'll explain in a minute. So let's go ahead and set it up. So again, click the add button. Also, this is very important to set up, so don't skip this part. You need to have it set up. So, but anyways, click the add button, click the unassigned, hit the drop down. We're going to click whisper/shout again. Same thing as last time. Okay, let's set up a key. My global command key is going to be, let's do number 4. Keep them all right there together. So now we, again, to set up the data for it. So click on data, the empty part, and then hit the ... I always maximize this a little bit so I can see everything. Okay, so now again, we're not whispering to a select user, we're doing it to a channel. We're shouting to a channel. Okay, so just like last time, this represents Mumble. So you got your root, which is that top one that says normally Goonswarm or Goonfleet. Then you have parent channels, which is like ops, all that kind of stuff. Then you have sub channels upon sub channels upon sub channels. I'll explain it in a minute and show you exactly how it works. Okay. This one on the global key, you're going to click on parent. You want to talk to your parent channel, okay? So this is going to be like all your other command channels and all that kind of stuff. Because this, remember, is your command channel. So you're click on parent and then click shout to subchannels. That way it shouts to all these other command channels as well. Okay, that's very important. This time you're going to click the checkbox. So parent, shout to channel checkbox, or shout to subchannels text box, checkbox, whatever, and then hit OK. Okay, your keys are set up. You're good to go, but let me explain it. Don't close the video yet. Let me explain it a little bit better for you, okay? Just so you understand and know exactly what these are for. So go ahead and hit OK. Okay. Then now we're going to go to server, then connect. If you haven't connected already, Goonfleet, hit connect. Okay. So Goon's going to look like this. If you have all your channels maximized and all that stuff, that's cool too. But we're going to click on ops, which is our parent directory. Okay. As we saw before. These are some of your parent subdirectories. Okay, Alpha and Bravo. We're going to go to Bravo command right now. Okay. And let's go to, looks like no one's in op 9. Let me check the op channels as well. We'll go ahead and maximize that. Looks like there are 2 people in op 9 for some reason. So let's not use that one. There's one in channel 10. They're muted and everything. That's cool. We'll use op 10. Okay, so that's a good way to select channels too. Before you start a fleet, go in here and see who's in a channel. If you have your numbers set up in your configuration, it will show you the numbers and all that kind of stuff too. But if you have questions about that, just ask me sometime on Discord or TeamSpeak or anywhere. So we're going to go to command 10. Okay, since no one's really there. Notice all this linked up, so let's go back a little bit. Okay, so watch these down here as I join the command 10. Okay, all those are linked up. That's where your push to talk is going to go. If you use your regular push to talk, it's going to go to all these channels. That's not real. That's important because that's where your fleet's going to be. So remember, push to talk to these guys and your current channel as well up here. So push to talk, which was my number 6 key. It's going to talk here and the linked channels here. Now, so now we're in the command channel. Okay, so we need to talk to, you know, Eliodor and Holy that are in here in the command channel with me. Okay, So I would say I would push my number 5 key, which is my local key I just set up. And remember that does to current. That's going to talk to only this channel. So Eleodor and Holy are in here. And I'm going to say to them, I have to say local first. That's etiquette. That way they know I'm talking to them and not to the entire fleet. So I'd say hit the 5 key and say local, hey, is boost set up and, or link set up? Have we made sure of that before we leave? Or I would say, hey, local, did you see that intel about the fleet 2 jumps out? That way, they know we're talking directly to them, that local key. That's what local is for. So always say local beforehand when you're talking to this channel. That way everybody in this channel knows, hey, I'm only talking to you guys, so respond in local too, so the rest of the fleet doesn't hear. Or intel or whatever the case may be. Your global key, okay, this is very important, which I set up as my number 4 key, okay? So global command key talks to all of these command channels, every single one of them, okay? So if you hit that global key instead of local, you're going to say, hey, local, did you, catch that fleet 2 jumps over? Every single one of these guys are going to say in their channel, local, what are you talking about? And you can't hear them. You're going to interrupt their fleet. So don't use it unless someone's talking to you. And if you are going to use it, say global, not local. That way, everybody in here says that's a global, command or global, that's global command talking to me. I need to respond with global so they can hear me as well. Sometimes, like Asher, Big Red Boat, they may be running a fleet, need some backup, or have some intel for you. So they will come over there and say, hey, global, there's a, hot drop fleet over in 31X. Be careful going over there. Or I need you to redirect your fleet over there. How far away are you? That sort of thing. So then you would respond to them saying, oh, my fleet's over in, catch area. We're nowhere close. That sort of thing. And they will normally say, like if they're talking to me, they'll say, hey, they'll say, global, Cybeg, are you there? I'll respond, global, yeah, I'm here. What's up? They'll say, hey, I need to global. They'll say, global, hey, I need you to redirect your fleet over to 31X. And so forth and so forth. So that global key is very important to set up, but it is important not to use it because you're going to interrupt all these fleets going on. There's a strat out fleet. That is a good way to not to get kicked out of skirmish command. Okay, so very important. Local, that will talk to your command channel, and push to talk will talk to everybody that's linked. All these channels that are linked up here. So they'll talk to Op10 in my demonstration here. So if you have any questions, let me know. Always here to help. Hit me up on Discord. Hit me up anywhere if you have questions. Okay. But yeah, thanks guys, and have a good one.